Hey guys, Aaron here with a review of the ridiculous 15-inch Retina Macbook Pro. So Apple's new decked out $2,000 Retina MacBook might look similar at first glance with its iconic chiclet keyboard, glass trackpad, and aluminum unibody, but it's actually been dramatically redesigned to be cooler, lighter, and thinner. How thin? Well, remarkably, 0.71 inches thick, just slightly thicker than the thickest part of the MacBook Air, and about 30% thinner than the standard MacBook Pros. It's surprisingly light too, coming in at 4.4 pounds, right around the weight of a 13-inch MacBook Pro. It's kind of remarkable how portable they've made this beast of a laptop, though it comes at the cost of an optical drive and standard ports. The 15-inch Retina MacBook Pro comes with a MagSafe 2 port, which will not fit the standard MagSafe 1 connector without a $10 converter, 2 Thunderbolt connectors, 2 USB 3.0 ports, 1 headphone jack, 1 HDMI port, and 1 card slot. So a huge part of why you'd even consider getting this laptop is obviously for the Retina display. And the Retina display is Apple's industry-leading display with a resolution of 2880 by 1800, which is crazy because that's around 3 million more pixels than an HD TV. And it has a pixel density of 220.5 pixels per inch. Just for comparison, the normal MacBook Pros only have a pixel density of 113.5 pixels per inch. If you're wondering how it works, by default the MacBook Pro Retina runs at a virtual resolution of 1440 by 900, and it substitutes where 1 pixel would have been with, I believe, 4 pixels, and this changes as you change the different virtual resolution of the screen. So more importantly, how does it look? Well, to put it simply, fantastic. It's definitely the most amazing screen I've ever seen. It's probably the most amazing screen you've ever seen. And this is true until you start to run into non-Retina ready apps and web pages. So imagine taking an image in Photoshop and basically stretching it to double its original size. It'll look like a fuzzy pile of crap, and that's how everything that isn't Retina ready looks, including Photoshop. So at 100% zoom in Photoshop, because everything is a blurry mess, you can't even really work on anything. And someone should probably bug Adobe about that. There are a few websites that actually look alright, and most of Apple's apps have already been updated to work with the Retina display, and those that haven't are being worked on. In simple terms, the world probably isn't really ready for this screen yet, but, you know, this laptop might be here to seed that change. So a screen like this has definitely got to have some monster hardware driving it, right? Definitely, this machine is a beast even considering its base specs, which are 256GB to 768GB of lightning-fast flash storage, an integrated Intel HD 4000 for lighter graphics work, and a Kepler-based NVIDIA GeForce GT650M for gaming and hardware acceleration. There's also 8GB of RAM for crazy amounts of multitasking, and to top it all off, an Ivy Bridge Intel Core i7 3610QM at 2.3 GHz as the heart of the beast. These are incredibly beefy specs that can handle just about anything a Mac user can throw at it. From CAD to video editing to gaming, or just general use, this machine can definitely hold its own. But all that power in this tight space has gotta suck massive wattage and probably blow out tons of heat, right? Surprisingly, although the new Retina MacBook Pro has a much bigger battery, it's actually rated at the same battery life as the other MacBook Pros, which is around 7 hours of battery life, with wireless internet, and 30 days of standby time. With moderate use, I got around 5 hours, which is definitely decent for a laptop like this. It also runs really cool, at least in comparison to the 2011 MacBook Pros, which were basically space heaters. So the new redesign apparently has asymmetrical blade fans inside, which spin at a certain sound frequency to make the fan quieter. I can personally say that I have never heard the fan spin up until it got really hot, so it appears to be working. The vents have also been moved to the side of the body away from the hinge where it used to be. I get around 30 to 40 Celsius at idle and 75 Celsius at full load, which is pretty amazing considering that the old MacBook Pros essentially idled around 60 to 70 Celsius to begin with. Overall, the MacBook Pro 15-inch Retina is actually a really great laptop. My only real gripe is that they changed the charger from MagSafe to MagSafe 2, which means you can't use your existing Air or Pro charger. And another thing that people might care about is that you can't swap out your RAM or your hard drive anymore. They're all proprietary now, and Apple has placed those flower-shaped pentabular screws all around the bottom of the MacBook to keep you from opening it. There are also a number of smaller things I didn't go over, like better speakers, dual noise-canceling microphones, the 720p FaceTime HD camera, and so on, but those kind of only add to the experience. So what's the verdict? Well, I think that normal consumers should actually hold off on buying the Retina Macbook Pros until either next or next round. If you're a designer or an app developer, though, I feel like you definitely need this. I feel like Apple only released this top-of-the-line 15-inch version because they wanted to draw in a crowd that would create that high-resolution content to begin with. So if you aren't a developer, I would say hold off for now, because if you aren't doing Retina work on it, you won't find much benefit in upgrading now. Although the screen does look amazing, you might be a bit disappointed with how the web and various apps look with it, despite it being a beast of a 15-inch portable laptop. So yeah, that's my review of the 15-inch MacBook Pro Retina. Feel free to hit me up on Twitter with questions, and be sure to rate and subscribe.